For me, really, the start was like when I started producing music, like when I was 13, like working on beats, like and stuff, and just trying to get my craft together and get like skills. That's even before then, I was DJing when I was like 11, playing records and learning how to mix and things like that. And then like as far as publicly, the start would be the Fexy release on Omar S's label, Plastic Ambash. Alright, you're chilling with Kyle Hall, and this is On Point TV. At the time, I was just starting to get into Omar S Records, like a few months before I met him. It just so happened, like I had met him through a Three Chairs party. He was playing a Dimp after party, and I was already like good friends with Rick and all of them, so I was like really into Omar's music by that time. I was really into Alex's stuff. Like I was really like, yeah, like at that time I was like a fan. I was like a big fan of stuff. Yeah, because like it took me like a matter of 2 months, I think, and then I started really like just digging the stuff. Like it was so hard and like, so it's so different from anything else. It was so like raw. Like I felt like that was personification in music of like the streets of like Detroit and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he was coming like some like gangster. Go up to his record shop like when I was younger. It's a little shop in Detroit called Vibes, and like, I learned a lot of stuff, and I would like test my tracks out there, and that's actually how like I ended up connecting with Omar S, like in a sense from just that relationship with Rick, like in the beginning. Like a mutual friend of ours, Marcellus Pittman, he came up there one day. He was like off just from work, and like I just had some tracks on me because I just test my tracks out there all the time, just playing for people. And like I played Marcellus like this really crazy track, which was actually Plastic Ambash, and he was like, man, like I had like some other tracks too. And he's like, man, the stuff you're doing is like wild as hell. Like what are you thinking? Like what kind of are you on drugs? Like are you? I'm like, no, This is what I felt, I just like to experiment sometimes. And like, then he told Omar about it, and then from there, Omar was like, before I even knew, he was already thinking about me, like before I even went to that party, he was like, oh, yeah, I heard about this guy, and he actually came up to me, he's like, are you Kyle, and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, it's Omar S. I had a lot of freedom, especially senior year of high school. I didn't have as many classes, so I'd like walk around and with my keyboards, and I'd play. I'd bring my MPC to school and just get down, just get funky with it, man, and come in there with a keyboard and start stuff like that. Just like, oh snap, it's Kyle, it's back. He doesn't even go here anymore. I never do music like when I'm not feeling it. Like I never really even waste time trying to do something when I'm just not in the mood. You know what I'm saying? You have those times where it's just I don't even try to put something out because I'm not gonna like it if I'm not in the in the right state of mind to do something. So it's a process, and you have to be willing to go through it. Sometimes I make music when I'm in the bathroom, man. I got my little laptop, got a little turntable, MP, sample it up, put the keyboards there. It's very convenient. My laptop's like this big, so it's very convenient, man. I do my thing wherever it calls to do it. Shoot, I'll pull a laptop out of the sky right now and just start busting beats if I feel necessary. That's just how I do. Give me a rock real quick or something. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. You have to get there. Yeah, see, that's how you just roll like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, just lay that stuff down, you know? But, hell, you know, I might, like, go home and pick up some rocks. Sometimes, like, I add too much stuff into things. I just need my friends to kind of, like, listen to it and give me, like, a second. Because, like, I do listen to other people's advice and things like that, because different people's perspectives, because it might be valid. It might be something you just never dawned on you. Like, that's a lot of times. Like, you have moments where you're, like, you experience things like, wow, it never occurred to me, like, or something, you know? Like, I listen to Carl Craig, like, he's like one of the people that told me, like, sometimes, you know, you don't need a lot of things going. You don't need so much things going on in a song to make it effective or to get your point across. Sometimes things become lost when so much explanation and so much detail goes into something. But at the same token, that's the type of person I am too. So I like to go into detail. I do like to try to strip things down a little bit more now. Try to like get things more concise too, which is really important to me at this point of what I'm doing. It should be a natural human thing to be able to pass on. It's like, you know, like humanity, like, you know, it's our rite of passage to procreate. It's like same thing with music. Like, you have to pass on the torch. You have to create a new generation, or else this will not exist anymore. If there's no one in my generation doing this, and sad to say, it's not a whole lot of people like my age, but I think that'll change the next few years. Like, they might, probably by the time they're like 25 and stuff, they'll get into it. This is what most people do, but you know, it's all good, you know. People take their time whenever they're ready, you know. I'm just like, as long as people are enjoying what I do and, you know, see something, you know, of importance in this music, you know, that's all that I really care about.
What up, On Point TV? This is Kyle motherfucking Hall in the building, in the place. I'm in my basement in Detroit, representing right here, right now, on the internet. So let me give you an update on our interview since last summer. I started to travel a bit more. I released another record, did the Hyperdub remix. I did a lot of stuff since then. So yeah, a lot's been going on, you know. I've just been working on music and you know, practicing DJing, man, every day. And I mean, I kind of like dubstep like for a while, but not really. I wasn't really like that serious into it, like where I was trying to make it for a while, you know. But I mean, I listened to it, I was aware of it, definitely. I guess, but like people here, I guess like dubstep as a whole, I think it's becoming more commercial anyway. So I noticed like some people here, they know about the stuff, they know about Hyperdub, but still overall in Detroit, man, people don't really listen to electronic music that much. I don't know, the more complex dubstep stuff is cool to me, you know. Like, I'm not really into like the whole wobble type thing, the brr, 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 like that type of shit, you know. Or like the really slow stuff that's just like loud and stuff, you know. I kind of like the faster stuff, like the 140s type stuff, you know. That's all I've been doing, man. You know, music, everything I do, man, has something to do with music. Even my job, even my day job, you know, I teach kids at youth, I teach kids music part-time, 2 days a week. It's really a beat-making class, you know, but I try to integrate some, like, you know, theory in there every now and then. But it's, teach kids how to make beats, you know? This is the cool part, because I'm like influencing these kids a lot of the time. You know, I put them on stuff. I'll be giving them homework, you know, be like, look at this, you know, look at some new, you know, look at that Dame Funk record and stuff, you know, or I'll be like putting them on some weird stuff, you know, so their mind is expanded, you know, so when they come back, you know, they're like, oh man, that was sweet, and then they want to try something new, you know, instead of Soulja Boy or Gucci Mane.